In the world of the great generals of ancient Greece, the name of Epaminondas shines like a special star. He didn't just fight, he changed the very rules of war. The leader of Thebes, who challenged the invincible Sparta, the warrior who broke the chains of fear of the Spartan phalanx, and the strategist whose ideas echoed through the ages, inspiring even Alexander the Great. His life was a burning torch that illuminated the path for future generations, and his death became the crown of a true hero who laid down his existence on the altar of freedom. By the way, if you like stories about outstanding personalities, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss even more exciting stories. The Greek world at that time trembled before Sparta. Brutal discipline, iron will, and martial prowess made it the undisputed master of Hellas. Other city-states, even Athens, recognized its military supremacy, but no one dared to challenge it truly. But a man appeared who did not simply rebel against Spartan power, but destroyed it. Epaminondas was born in Thebes, a city that was not then considered a major player on the political map of Greece. He was brought up in the spirit of philosophy and military art, and from an early age he showed extraordinary intelligence and curiosity. He was not just a soldier, he was a thinker, a strategist who knew how to calculate the battle dozens of steps ahead. He was not interested in personal glory or wealth. His goal was to raise Thebes to unprecedented heights and break the hegemony of Sparta, which had held Greece in an iron fist for decades. Realizing that it was impossible to defeat the Spartans in open battle with their own weapons, the usual phalanx, Epaminondas developed a new tactic that became revolutionary. He created a battle order that the world had never seen before, the so-called oblique formation. Instead of evenly distributing the troops, he significantly strengthened the left flank, creating a huge influx of hoplites that could break through even the strongest enemy ranks. But this plan had a test, and it came on one of the most fateful days in Greek history. The Battle of Leuctra took place in the year 371 BC. The Spartans, led by King Cleombrote, were confident of their victory, because over the past centuries they had not known defeat in open battle. Their troops went to the battlefield with the arrogance inherent in the invincible. But they did not yet know that this day their legend would be shattered to pieces. Epaminondas lined up his troops in a way that no other general had done before him. Instead of spreading his ranks evenly, he concentrated his greatest striking power on the left wing, where the most experienced warriors stood, among whom a special place was occupied by the Sacred Band, an elite corps of 300 selected fighters who fought shoulder to shoulder, united not only by loyalty to Thebes, but also by a deep personal bond that made them unshakable in battle. When the armies converged, the Spartans did not immediately realize that they were in for a trap. Their classic tactics were built on the strength of the phalanx, but for the first time in history their defenses began to crumble under the pressure of a concentrated attack. The Thebans crashed into the Spartan ranks with incredible force, pushing them back and breaking the formation. In a fierce battle, Cleombrotus himself died, and when his soldiers saw that their king was dead, fear lit up their eyes. The legend of the Spartans' invincibility was destroyed in one day, and Greece saw that Sparta could be defeated. But even after that, Epaminondas did not stop. His goal was not just to strike the enemy, but to destroy Spartan power forever. He moved on, and in the end he did what no one could have imagined. He liberated Messenia, which the Spartans had held in slavery for centuries. This was a devastating blow, because it was the Messenian helots who provided Sparta with its economic power. Without them, Sparta could no longer maintain its military hegemony. But even geniuses cannot live forever. In the year 362 BC, the Battle of Mantinea took place, which became the last for the great commander. In the midst of the battle, when his army was triumphant again, an enemy spear pierced his body. His soldiers rushed to him, trying to save him, but the wound was fatal. At that moment, he did not ask about himself. He did not ask if he would survive. The only thing that interested him was the fate of Thebes. "Is my shield alive and have the Thebans won?" he asked. He was answered, "Thebes won." He smiled, closed his eyes, and departed into eternity. The death of Epaminondas changed the course of history. He not only destroyed Spartan rule, but also left behind revolutionary military ideas that were used by great commanders centuries later. His tactics became the basis for the future strategies of Alexander the Great. His reformist ideas influenced all Greek city-states, and his legacy proved that even the most powerful enemies cannot stand against intelligence, courage, and the desire for freedom. Epaminondas' name is forever etched in history, because he proved that strength does not always determine victory. Sometimes it is determined by a brilliant mind.